Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh dear, I better turn the double volume down. There we go.
Oh, so we've got volume today, have we?
Oh yes, we do. Thank you very much. You're very smart. I'll let you handle the technical side next time, okay?
Well, can't do a really worse a job that's currently happening.
Oh,
Anyway, welcome everybody to Dom and Tom Sit, Talk and Hobby, episode 99. Oh my goodness.
That's nine.
One more.
Nine.
We've got 100. It is, exactly. So for those who are brand new, basically what we do is we sit here, we do a bit of hobby, we talk all good things, and just have a bit of a laugh, really, to be honest, and probably have a couple of drinks. So without further ado, without further ado, Tom, what are you hobbying tonight? Oh, some sprue stuff. Wow.
I suppose you want me to maybe clarify this with some words.
Yeah, just make sure sound's working. Just little things like that.
Yeah. These are sword brethren. There you go.
Oh, nice.
I'm putting together some sword brethren.
So those who aren't familiar with sword brethren and what they do, what do they do, and what are sword brethren?
So, they're Black Templar specific models, so
Yep.
you can only have them for Black Templars. And they're essentially, I suppose, if you take Vanguard as an example, without jump backs, they are the Black Templars' kind of unique version of them. All of them can take power weapons, that kind of stuff. These also Primaris versions as well because of the new kit. And yeah, just sort of kitting them out to be pretty good. We'll see how they do. I mean, I've never used them. Had a box sitting around for quite a while. Thought I better put them together because I've been painting loads of other bits and pieces. And hey, let's add this one into the mix.
I've heard good things.
Yes.
So that's good.
And how about yourself?
Well, I have obviously been painting for the challenge, and now I've obviously finished that. I'm back on doing my predators. So I've got predators all over the place.
You need
I've
more.
got all them. So
where's the sixth one?
Here, this is just a really small version at the moment. But it gives you a little hint of what they're kind of coming together as. Like, oh, here's a camera. So I'm slowly working on them. They're looking quite cool. But yeah, they kind of took a sideline while I was doing the assassin. So now that's over with, I can get back to it, which I'm very happy with.
Yes.
Obviously, I did my assassin what's as everyone well. In the chat working on? Yes, of course. Yes. Adam, is there going to be a special 100? Yes, there is. Yeah, we don't know what we're going to do yet.
We haven't got a clue yet. We're really prepared.
Yeah, I literally had to tell Tom a moment before the stream. Like, it's 99. So
I wrote the numbers in.
Yeah, we'll work on something.
Naked? No, we're not doing a naked stream. I mean,
stream.
we can do a naked stream where we're not naked, but all of you are at home off camera naked if you want.
Yeah,
that's the compromise.
And we'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, we don't need to see pictures. No proof. Nothing. All right. So anyway, tonight we've obviously got the winner of our painting challenge. Now you've all been very naughty, all right, and you'll find out why in a minute.
I think we'll talk about some of the previews as well for the
World Eaters.
LVO that were shown. Well, all sorts. It wasn't just World Eaters, was it?
The World Eaters.
AOS in there. There's all sorts going on. And the lovely Marines. What are the Marines called?
The World Eaters.
It's what I mean.
You can tell how enthusiastic I am about the current models that are coming out from the Marines. World Eaters.
Yeah, man. Well, let's talk about those Marines.
Sure.
I can't remember what they're called off the top of
sorry, they did something. They had a squad name, didn't they?
I did.
I'll just get it out quickly because I mean, some people I have no idea which ones of you will like these models. I, for one, was not that impressed. The Desolation Marines. Shall I get a picture up? Would that be helpful, do you reckon?
Yeah, chuck a picture up.
Give me
and
one
we can
second.
all think about how amazing they are. I mean, each to their own, right? It's not
of course,
like we don't all have to like the same models.
No, of course.
But I mean, as a company, it would have been good if someone liked the models.
Oh dear. I don't understand. Right,
maybe they're a bit like the Helldrake or the Mauler Fiend or something like that, like the Dino bots of the cat. Like people go, actually, they're not that bad. They're quite cool, actually. Do you reckon anyone's going to be saying that?
Here we go. Boom.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts, Tom?
Okay, Dreadnought, good.
Oh yeah, I love that Dreadnought actually. Yeah. But then I think I said on our little WhatsApp group, I was like, do I like the Dreadnought because in comparison, everything else around it is atrocious?
I mean,
it's a good model.
The Marines in the middle, which are obviously a rehash of I think Intercessor / Heavy Intercessor kit, whatever. Good.
They're the Heavy Intercessor. Yeah.
Desolation Marines, bad.
Oh.
I'm sure their rules will be fantastic. However, I think someone in one of our little chats posted was it Zord from Fifth Element?
Yeah, Fifth Element.
With his little gun, with all the attack. They're basically like that. And I can't even...
Ugly.
I'm very rarely, as you know, there's very rarely a model comes out that I detest. The last one I think was the ATV, which I just like absolutely.
Yeah,
I just didn't.
You love the ATV.
No, never buying one, never have one, and unfortunately, probably not these guys either. I think they look. I think they look. I suppose maybe too cartoonish. I think they lose that aesthetic from 40k, in my opinion.
Yeah, they. I don't know. Like, obviously, they fit the role of long range for Primaris Marines, heavy support. But do they need it? I mean, not being funny, the battlefields are now smaller.
Yeah.
Do you really need to have that long range firepower? And if you really did, you've got tanks, you've got walkers.
Dreadnoughts.
You could even go back. Dreadnoughts, you got support. Well, you got Devastator squads. You've got Hellblasters. You've got all sorts. It's just, oh god, I wouldn't mind if they looked half decent.
Well, like I said, I think if I was going to do anything that would have been an upgrade to make them look better, is maybe like Primaris Devastator Marines. Just standard, or the Centurions.
They got heavy intercessors, haven't they got long?
Yeah, I know. Is that Centurion Devastators or something? Yeah, something that you got strap the armor on. They can carry a lot of kit, and they look the part. Rules Lawyer says 2 Orky. Yep, that's actually pretty valid point. It does look like something an Orc would do. It's like, oh, how many missiles can I strap on the top of this? It's almost like they took a standard pattern bolter and went, how many things can I strap on this bolter before it starts looking stupid? And then we'll keep going.
Yeah. I mean, we all kind of joke about Marines constantly getting new models and stuff. And I joke along. I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. Like, if Marines get something, like they've got another lieutenant, doesn't affect anyone. Got a new Dreadnought, cool. That's brilliant.
Just another variant.
Why? Yeah, another variant. A combat one's cool, brilliant. Yeah. But why? If you're going to bring something out, like, just bring something half decent out. Not just the
honestly, it's like they went for a bits table and went, I know, let's slap this on here, and this on here. That looks great. And ultimately, I think they've come out with something that's probably one of the worst Marine models I think I've seen in many a year. So it's just my opinion. I mean, if you guys disagree, say. But I honestly, I bet you the rules are off the chain though.
Yeah.
I bet you they'll have things like move. I bet you they'll be able to move without penalty. I bet you they'll have some like strength 10.
Well, they don't need line of sight, do they?
No, they're indirect
they don't need
firing.
Line of sight.
You know, and it's just redo the whirlwind Scorpius.
Yeah, the weapons themselves. So many.
Redo the whirlwind Scorpius. It's a Primaris gun. I mean, yeah, I know.
We don't want tanks.
Yeah,
it's all about the troops.
Redo the Predator.
All about the troops. It looks like they've seen, like, someone on Mars has seen obliterators, and they went, "Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. Maybe we should try and make a loyal version of that. Maybe we just put all these barrels on this gun, can wheak it around."
The dumb thing is, right? The one with all the barrels will look stupid, but I think the big one with the square box launcher looks even more ridiculous, because you're like, I know they're Marines, they're very strong, but I mean the backdraft of firing the thing. I mean, come on.
I don't know what you mean, Tom. I'm sure it's really good. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's not
anyway
the best model in the world, is it?
I think that's kind of our piece on that one, really. So yeah, not great.
So what else did we see?
Says, awful looking model must have been done by the work experience.
The thing is,
yeah.
I think even
I've got.
I wanted to kind of compare it to something I would have done as a kid, but I would have done something way better than that as a kid, and you know, oh god, atrocious. I think, guys.
Just before we do move on, I think we need to see a very good close up of them. I've just found the. Let's have a look here. Save that. Studio. Sorry, 1 second. Just putting into our little with all our other pictures we've got for tonight.
Oh, close that.
There we go. Right. Boom. I'm going to cover our face, dog. I don't want us associated with this picture.
How dare you, Thomas? How very dare you? It's good, isn't it? I just don't understand.
What were they thinking?
Like on the Marine behind, and both of them actually, but they've got like that underslung weapon. That looks very Tau-esque, doesn't it?
It does actually. Now you say it,
in my opinion, it looks quite Tau-esque.
But sorry, the one on the left, that's just. It's like.
No, you can hold that around.
I think, as they said, as rules said it, on the side of a tank, that would have been fine, no problem, like a hunter killer or something.
Maybe or a pintle-mounted weapon or something. Fair enough.
I also love the fact that they've put the targeting matrix on their shoulder pad, like they need any more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Marine on the right is looking like. What is this?
My hope is, like, the only thing that could possibly redeem it right now is in combat. They've got a terrible weapon skill because they're just so unwieldy. They can't do anything because they've got so much weight and they're cumbersome. They cannot do anything in combat except for just kind of flail around a bit and maybe try and swing the gun at them.
I just love the fact they still required the need to put a chain belt feed onto it. Like, we've got to cover every angle. We've got.
What's going on, Games Workshop?
There you go, anyway, guys. So I hope you enjoyed our little review on that particular model. Anyway, World Eaters?
What else did we get? You and World Eaters, eh? Yes, hang on. Let's have a quick look through. What was actually previewed for World Eaters?
So the Sunday preview, is that the one you want? So we had the Codex, Arcs of Omen for Angron. Obviously, Angron himself, which is... That model is amazing. I can, if you want, put a little. I can put a cheeky model up here if you want.
Yeah, let's get the big guy up. Let's look at the big boy.
There we go. That one can share our faces.
Yeah.
I see what they did there was they went, let's make a good model from a good character.
Yeah. It's such an incredible model, isn't it? I mean, I obviously, I love World Eaters, and might be biased, but that is definitely my favourite Primarch model so far in the 40k.
I'd agree. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, because Mortarian's nice, Magnus is nice, but Angron, I think they've just got him perfect right there. It's just that is such a nice
I think
model.
they captured his character in the model. I think that's probably the
absolutely.
I mean, it's pure rage, obviously. Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm.
And I must admit, I'm quite fond of the Lord Invocatus or Invocatus on the Juggernaut.
Victus. Yeah. They're all really nice. I think my only slight criticism. Well, I've got two criticisms of the models coming out. The Jackals. I don't like the Jackals. I don't like the Jackals. Once again, other people might think they're awesome.
Look myself,
because
yeah, okay.
The reason I don't like the Jackals is because fair enough, they're slightly more hench than your normal cultist, but they've got like 2 chain blades on a lot of them, and they're quite cumbersome weapons.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, right. Why can't you just have one chainsword and maybe, I know, a hammer or an axe or a sword or a dagger or a club, not 2.
A little bit more cultist-esque.
Yeah. Because let's face it, the World Eaters wouldn't give two hoots about their cultists at all. They're kind of like, once the nails are biting, they don't care. And my other slight criticism, which isn't the World Eater models, the Berserker models, I just think they could have made them a bit more ragtag, if that makes sense.
Like they've been
a bit more worn down, a bit yeah, because some of the ones I've seen so far are very, very basic, very kind of vanilla.
They're clean.
Kind of, okay. Very clean.
They're quite clean
cut.
Yeah.
And I think they really should be a bit more worn down.
I actually would partially agree with that as well. I think they've got some nice aesthetics to them, but they do look a bit like, yeah, I think maybe with their paint job has not done them any favours, because they've done a very clean, you could almost say they were a slightly off the edge marine chapter look to them.
Yeah.
When actually they're supposed
Which is fine.
to have gone through like hell for years. They don't really care.
I mean, essentially, they've got almost no one looking after their gear anymore. They're constantly in battle. They're salvaging bits of armor. They've got trophies all over them, and yet these ones just look like just a bit basic. But I mean, as a hobbyist, cool, blank canvas. You can do what you want with them. But I would just like them just to roll into that bit of the narrative. Unfortunately,
I do quite like the 8-bound personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I think they've got some cool models. Yeah. Well, the guys in chat, what do you guys think?
What's your opinion on the World Eater?
Look? I think I've seen a couple of people kind of moaning about the just the quite light on the model front, but I was like, well, Thousand Suns are quite light. But I think it's just a good starting block, really. They're going to kind of
the other thing
lean into it a bit more.
I suppose the other thing is with them, ultimately, they're berserkers. There's not, that's their thing. And I think people that play them will appreciate that. I think that's kind of their point. Yeah, they're not supposed to be this big, well-functioning, well-oiled machine of multiple different types of stuff. They are all about getting up close, personal, and carnage, ripping apart, and just being right in the face of the enemies. That's where, and I think the unit choices they've been given are kind of in that vein.
Oh, absolutely. I think maybe they could have. There are obviously units they can introduce, like they were going on about the Terminators. They don't have any Terminators yet, or a model kit. They just have basic ones, which is fine. They could have had bikers or Juggernaut cavalry instead of a Juggernaut character. Or also they could have put some like more unique demon engines in, which would have been quite cool. But this is a good start. Let's wait to see what comes in the
future. Old Hell Drakes, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, they've got loads of stuff.
That's in the Battle Force, so.
They have got a lot of nice stuff, but I'm just thinking unique models. They could have had some bits in there.
2 Wolfen for me would have liked more of missing plates and human-looking lots of. Okay, I think what I would say is I like the 8-bound model, but I believe what I might agree with Jack is I think the armor's again too clean for a berserker in any way, shape, or form. That's probably where I think.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on them quite yet, to be honest.
Fair enough.
The 8-pound. I want to see them in person. I'm not. Unlike the Desolator Marines, whatever the hell they are, where I'm like, no. 8-pound, I think I need to see in person. I'm at the moment a bit like, oh, see what they're like. But I get what, Jack, you're saying about them looking a little bit wolfen, because they do look a little bit wolfen, which I'm sure that's where the designer got a bit of their influence from and kind of went, oh, they're kind of some things they share. But yeah, I want to see them in person, and then I'll make my call on them.
The one model I do like, which is across the range for all chaos, is the new Demon Prince. I think that looks really cool. I think the only aspect I don't like about it is depending on which head you pick for it. I think you could have problems. But I think we mentioned that previously because I think that you can put a head of each god on it, can't you? But I think there's only one of them.
Yeah, because you got to pick a mark now, I think.
And ultimately, I think some of them just don't work very well. But that's because I suppose when you're trying to match a head to a model that's been designed one way, but a head that can be designed 4 ways.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, the aesthetic doesn't pass down the whole model necessarily.
No.
Which to be fair is quite hard. But then saying that, if they were really invested in doing it, they could have done 4 or maybe even 5 different Demon Prince models. One for each god, and then like a quartered one. What we got here? So the rules like this. I think Chaos Space in general need an updated Lord and Terminator armor, a multi-part Exalted Champion with the new Latinate helmets and backpack icons, so they can fit other legions. That kind of makes sense. And some quality of life kits that will service all legions.
Yeah, right.
It's a fair point.
For instance, multi-part Exalted Champion. Right. At the moment, they have still got. I think is it the 7th or 8th edition character which they've just kind of rolled in to be the Exalted.
I think it's 7th.
Champion. Yeah, and I mean, how many blooming Space Marine lieutenants are there?
Mate, you're preaching to the choir. I don't need that many lieutenants. I don't even run a lieutenant in most of my games. That is the madness of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
literally, the best thing about that Desolator, release, is that because I play a combat army, I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
So whereas if you actually want to run an executioner, you kind of got to think, Christ, how do I make this one a bit different than the other ones?
Dreadnought's the best thing about that kit, but yeah, it's just weird. It's just why not just bring one Exalted Champion model out, a limited edition, a store anniversary model, just one model. Damn it!
No,
you've even got the rule set.
No.
Because I don't know, that Primaris Lieutenant. I don't know if there's any photos of him. Like, has he got the war gear that's on the data slate, or they're going to release another data slate?
To be fair, that's the one thing I'm happy about because he had a power fist and a plasma pistol,
and he can.
Lieutenants can have. You couldn't do that before.
You couldn't.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Hang on, no, we got to check.
So you know what that means?
That's another data slate to chuck in there.
But it also means that there's probably a new Codex coming very soon.
Oh yeah. There's going to be a new one, isn't there? But it's just crazy, isn't it? It's just what? We've got the rules. Just give us a new model.
No, you don't deserve it. I'm sorry, Dominic.
It's just bizarre, Thomas. It is bizarre.
And then there was various Blood Bowl releases, which I just don't really follow Blood Bowl, I suppose. And they're really pushing the made-to-order stuff for Warhammer Horus Heresy at the moment, which is where you can pick up basically Cataphractos shoulder pads, Mark III shoulder pads, Mark IV torsos for most of the... I think this time it was Alpha Legion and Raven Guard. I know that there was some World Eater ones out for you recently as well.
Oh, I quite like the Raven Guard one,
Yeah, they actually look quite cool.
Yeah.
However, I think they're the same. I think I think it's the packaging, the way they've redone the packaging with the black background and really highlighted the actual product. I think actually just looks better. I think it's exactly the same. I don't think there's any difference because they're all made to order anyway. So yeah, but there's also some.
I tell you what, though, Yeah, sorry, go for it.
Oh no, so I just said there's also some books out for Angron and stuff, obviously like the Codex and Angron the Red Angel. There's a book out for him as
Yeah,
well.
so
Sorry,
we got, what else did we get? We got some Kill Team stuff. There's a new Kill Team set coming out with the old police and the Dark Elder.
Oh, I'm the member of the Arbites.
Because I was initially, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the Arbites, but then it's not for me. So, like, although I enjoy Kill Team and playing it, I don't have to get them. It's not like I don't feel I have to get them. So it's quite nice that they're there. They've done like Imperial Navy. They've now done these guys. It's quite cool that they kind of go, actually, there's no reason to have them in 40k, but
we've already done a set.
Yeah,
we painted up.
Oh yeah, we got the.
We've already done it.
Yeah, the enforcers.
So basically, our BTs really.
They're kind of
maybe not quite as jacked up, I suppose. But obviously, the other thing was the boarding patrol stuff. Now, I must admit, actually, the boarding patrol for the Space Marine set actually looks pretty good from just a generic kind of selection of models.
Yep.
I think if I was having a look at the picture, I think they put a couple of. I think there was a couple of weapons with like the drill things on the front to go through bulkheads or something, which looked quite interesting. I was actually quite tempted to buy that set just for the hell of it, but I didn't.
The terrain set?
Yeah, the terrain set, because it's quite cool. But I think I'll wait to see how they expand on what they're doing before I go mad on that kind of stuff. Because as you and me know, a lot of the time stuff like this gets picked up and then dropped like a 10-ton weight 2 minutes later. Like Planetfall.
Depends on the rule set, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think part of it as well is maybe we don't always have to keep up with the latest rules.
I agree.
That we can go back and we can go, let's give this a go, because actually it worked well. Or maybe it doesn't work well. Maybe the rule set is terrible, we don't get on with it. However, it's going to be a bit like 3D TV or 3D cinema. It will kind of, it will disappear for a while, but then one day it'll be back.
They'll come up with a better way of doing it.
You'll already you'll have the terrain again, and you'll be like, actually, I quite enjoyed the idea of it. I've got the terrain. I'll give this new rule set a go.
Because you remember back a few editions of 7th when Planetary Onslaught came out.
Yeah,
that was actually good fun because we did a little campaign. Yeah. That was actually fun to play through because I think actually it was more fun to play because there were. When the armies were set up, there was visible differences in the way that your defending or attacking army could set up, and there was visible, I suppose, limitations to your armies that made it a bit more interesting to play than the standard game of 40k.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I mean we could still technically play that at some point. You know, that's not actually technically off the cards if we look at how we can sort of do the rules down. But
absolutely, and I think a lot of this is more, like you said, about setup, maybe a couple of special rules and the general feeling behind it. So you could use a 7th edition mission, just take it into 9th or 10th, and it will work. Also, with the terrain, you can still use that for Kill Team.
True.
So it's that thing. The terrain's probably a good investment, or you can buy the MDF cheaper version. Either way, but the idea and the terrain, I think, is pretty solid. I quite like the idea of it.
That's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough.
What do people in the chat think about? I'm in your spaceship. Come and find me. That's what I'm going to call it.
My spaceship. I mean, obviously, I'm just having a look at anything else that was kind of released around the time. I mean, it was quite focused around those particular things. I mean, obviously, the LVO was quite a big, big point of what was going on the other weekend. Anyway. I don't know if did you catch any games from it, Dom, or not really your cup of tea?
Unfortunately, I didn't. Although I have watched it in previous years, I think life just caught up with me, and I didn't get a chance to it.
No,
I do quite like a chance to watch some. But I did like the AOS stuff that came out for the Slan.
Oh, okay. I may have missed that actually because I didn't.
I mean, the Slan model is beautiful. I think one of the best models.
Is Age of Sigmar, perchance?
Yes,
I have now found them. Yes. Okay. Oh yes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I thought it's really nice. The cavalry's quite cool. The little skink cavalry. And and of course new Sauruses. They're just nice models, or whatever they call now, Seraphim. I don't know what it is. And yeah, I love them. I thought they're really nice models. They just keep putting nice stuff out. That's what I mean. They're capable of amazing models. You can do it, Games Workshop.
Don't do it. Don't go down the rabbit hole.
We've
done this. We've done this. Mr. Blue says, I like the idea of boarding action games, but I haven't kept up with the rules that they're coming out with. I can kind of appreciate that, because I must admit, as much as I like the look of the boarding rules, I do have in my back of my head, I am thinking, oh, it's another rule set I'm going to have to get my head around and play.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just, yeah, maybe it's probably a timing thing. I think, I mean, we've just started doing Kill Team. That's been out for ages. Yeah, and we're actually quite enjoying it. I'll add, guys.
Yeah,
so you may see a few more games of that in the future, as we start to warm up for this Templar / Word Bearer thing. We're just sort of mulling over how we're going to begin this particular escapade. We have a bit of time.
I was thinking, Tom, that maybe at some point the Slaughterers of Silence, my renegade guard, make an appearance as guard veterans.
That'll be good.
And use their rules. And then we can escalate further like that way, maybe. That's just an idea. Oh, hello! Just along Sussex. Welcome. We're all Sussex boys here. It's always sunny Sussex.
Welcome, Neil.
Yeah, so that's what my thinking was. Use my renegades and heretics as a guard veteran force, and that could be quite fun. We'll come up with some nice little scenarios and a good story behind it, which will then lead on. Well, I think it'll be like continuation of the Apocalypse game we've just had. Yeah. If you haven't watched it already, go and watch it now, because it's epic. And then it then escalates into the future Apocalypse game. Well, welcome. Welcome to Sit, Talk and Hobby. So basically, Neil, because you've just joined us, what we do is we just sit here, we do a bit of painting,
bit of building,
we talk a bit of hobby, we have a drink and have a chat. We also have a Discord channel that you are more than welcome to join.
I will just, while you're talking about that, I will just sort that out.
Anyone else that's quiet and not said anything, please join our Discord channel, because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of nice people in there. And there's some other people in there as well. It's a good little community we've got. Very nice people, which we'll get on to in a minute. But yes, currently I'm painting a Chaos Predator.
Are you?
I am, yeah. I quite like Chaos Predators. I know people say, well, they're not that great. But I'm like, no, I think Chaos Predators are on their way back in.
You reckon?
They've had a bit of a points drop. Armor of Contempt's gone now. They're a bit tougher than other Predators. Was it a couple of weeks ago we had this conversation about Predators versus Sakarans?
Yes, we did. We discussed whether we thought which one would kind of be the best. I think the Predator came out on top. Well, the Chaos Predator definitely did anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. The Marine ones are not as tough as the Chaos one, is it?
No.
Yes, as well. It does go back to Space Hulk. Oh man, I'll tell you what. Talk about Space Hulk. I remember as a kid having the first Space Hulk box set, and the Terminators in there with their sloopy down shoulders. That would probably be like cataphractii, maybe, I don't know. And just playing it all out, it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, it definitely does have elements of that. How's your Discord link going, Sonny?
I'm just creating a new one, so bear with. I've just done it now.
What hobby is everyone working on anyway?
There we go. There's a new Discord link in chat if anyone does want to join. I currently have it up, so I can, at the moment, as long as I know you've come in, I can drop you into the proper channel to make you a member. if anyone is there and would like to join. Felpire is
Oh,
doing all
nice,
the light.
Felpire.
Yeah, I've seen some progress shots from him, and it is coming along. Anyway, before we go on down to the other things, I think we should do the very quick challenge for the month. Now, earlier on, I was saying I was very disappointed in all of you. All right, he is as well, but he won't say it because he's too nice.
Look, guys, I tried to stop him, but he's going to have a go at you. All right.
I'm not having a go.
Some of you should take this personally.
I am pointing out that only one person entered.
Over
an entire month.
But it's a bit disappointing. I'm disappointed.
I'm disappointed in all of you. I want to see some effort for the next one. All right.
Yeah. So I know some of you actually have assassin models that are not painted, and you need to paint your models.
But even before you see the model, I'm going to tell you who the winner is, because that's how much. This is it's Orkster painted the only model that we're going to show off tonight, apart from mine and Dom's, obviously. We were thinking of doing some elaborate thing where we showed all three of them, went, whose is whose, and then go, well, actually, this is mine and Dom's, and this is the only person that entered over here, which is Orkster.
To be fair to Orkster, right? Orkster, first off, amazing job. Let's have a quick look.
I'm just keying it up right now, so bear with. So we'll start with his. Now he didn't just do one.
yeah, good clarification, actually, Tom. He didn't do one.
I'll set up the first one. Here we go. Oh, Christ, that's huge.
She said.
Oh, hang on a minute. I've just had a message from Azrael. Did my Bloodlord not count? I don't recall getting a message, Azrael, if I'm totally honest. There's something failed to come up on my... Oh. Well, Azrael, the last message I had about that one was when you said, working on the principles of Broodlord, essentially a genius to the cult as my entry. However, I didn't know if that was your finished picture or not. But I'm more than happy to add it in if that was your entry. And I do apologise.
Let's add it in, Tom.
I will do, 100%. I'm going to grab it right now. Because I think you sent that to me on the 10th of the 1st, saying, working on the principle that Broodlords are geniuses. He said, here's my entry. I've been an idiot. Look at me. That's me not reading. Azrael, I do apologise.
I'm sorry, Azrael.
I misread your message. Well, we'll let everyone else here decide. Well,
don't we look silly now?
I look silly. You're fine, all right?
Anyway, Orkster's Assassins. Well done, Orkster. I know you. I don't think you're in chat tonight. But these are beautiful models. You'll see a bit of a pattern with mine and Tom's. However, really good job. Really nice. So I'm, big fan of the bases as always. My thoughts on bases. And you
I have yours now as a felt, which I'll put up in a minute once we've gone through a couple more of these. So apologies for that. That is totally my bad.
I know other people had tried, but unfortunately were unable to finish them in time, work it, etc. So yeah. Have we got any more photos of?
I've just spun another one in.
Oh yeah, are their bums or their butts? Yeah, they are very nice models. It's the Calexis, isn't it? That one.
Correct. Yes, I also have one of them. I'm just grabbing the last one as well because it didn't quite save correctly for some reason. 1 second. This is the one you were having trouble with, of course, Dominic.
Of course, it would be the one, wouldn't it?
see here. Okay, we have one final one here from Orkstar, which is where have you gone? That is not playing ball.
I told you, Tom. I told you.
That is very bizarre. No, I believe you now.
There
it is. I've got it.
Oh, woo! There we go. Look at him. Look at that bad boy. Orkstar, amazing job. I'm very jealous. That's turned out beautifully. Yeah, big fan of it.
Dom, I think your cameras seems actually. I think both our cameras seem to have stopped working bizarrely.
Hello. Oh yeah, look weird, don't they? Should we call IT support? I'm trying not to move too much. Can you all hear us okay?
I hope you can hear us all right.
Yeah. Yes. So
I'll just try flipping the scene. I'll try flipping the scene over in a second. You're going to get loads of weird stuff here, guys.
And time for a game.
I seem to have. I think it's the Discord section that seems to be having the problem, mate.
Oh, there we go. We back?
There we go. That must have just clipped out for some reason. How bizarre. There you go, guys. Sorry about that. I couldn't see it because I had the picture up over the top, and I noticed we'd just been dead still for about 5 minutes. As a fail now. So, sorry for Orcs. So we had to give a round of applause because that is our official.
Oh yeah, so well done, everyone! Clap, 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 clap. Adam, did you like how I muted my mic as I sneezed?
As a fails, Broodlord, for your pleasure of viewing, because it was very well painted as well.
Yeah, it's very nice. As a fail, you've come on leaps and bounds.
You have indeed. I have to agree. Your painting has improved dramatically over the year or so that you've been joining us for stuff. So absolutely well done.
Yeah, started during COVID, didn't you? Really, that used to got back into the hobby with some Templars, and now your stuff's just absolutely beautiful, my friend. So well done. So, oh man, I love the little plants around it. That's cool.
The base is very cool on that. So I think a round of applause for that as well. Come on.
Yeah, well done, Azrael.
Excellent.
Clap, 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 clap.
Now, because of the utter balls up I made, I think the only fair thing is to call it a draw because there's only 2 entries. They're both very good, and we'll call January a warm-up session.
Yeah. Some of you may have missed the start, but
however, that doesn't mean you can put assassins in next month. That's done now. All right.
Yes, we're done with assassins, everyone. Yeah. Done.
Before we go on to the next one, me and Dom also participate in this challenge outside of the standard rules. So even though it's a draw, we don't get any recognition for that, obviously. So now I'm going to put these up. I'm not going to tell you whose is whose. So the one I'm going to show first will be designated number 1, which I'm going to put up.
Are we going to do it on Discord again?
Oh, yeah, we can do that if you want. Do you want to do it on Discord? Do you want me to put up
I think last time we had the smiley face and sticky out tongue or something like that. We'll do it that way.
All right. So anyway, this is number 1. I can do a poll if you want now.
Yeah, do a poll.
All right, let me just get a poll up. Hang on a second.
There will be rules, lawyer. We will do a category in a moment, and get your paintbrush and your scalpel and your clippers and your glue ready. Also a model.
Bizarrely, I can't seem to start a poll. They got rid of this particular feature? Oh, here we are. Start down here now.
Down the bottom.
Okay. Model 1. Or 2. Model 1. Now, obviously, this is going to be quite difficult. Anyway, I've now put a poll up, and I am about to put up model, which is going to be designated number 1. Okay?
Can you put them both up, Tom?
I could do, actually, if you want. Okay, well, if you had to give me a minute, because I've got to prepare another slide. But here's one of them, which I'm just going to shrink down a little bit.
Boop, 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 boop.
And then I'll just quickly duplicate this layer and give it another one. Actually, I can probably just change this one over. Hang on a second. Uno Minito. Studio.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, hello. There we go. Okay, so we'll have model number 1 is on the left, and model number 2 is on the right. So whichever ones, I will just bring these slightly more similar sizes. On a second, there we go. And you're going to have while we talk, there will be is there a rules though? Is there catching up? Yes, we will be doing one very shortly. Rules live, we'll get one up. So, however, if you want to take a moment to vote which model is better, model 1 or model 2, model 1 on the left, model 2 on the right, go for it. Yes, be having yes. I suppose I could give some rear views as well if you want. Hang on a second, because we did
the old derriere.
It'll still stay on the left and right though. Don't worry, that won't change. So model 1 on the left, model 2 on the right. Where is the other one? There it is.
Do 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 do. Woo! That's my song. That's my music song.
Some butts.
Butts.
I want some butts. What's that film? I want some butts.
I've no idea, Tom. I've no idea which ones. I want some butts.
Oh, it's Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he does the flyby, and the guy's really angry, he spills tea. You know, he has a.
Oh yeah.
I want some butts.
I think I never really. I'm definitely into hot shots. Want some butts.
I'll flip them back around to the front views just to while we'll give everyone another a minute or so, shall we? And then we'll call it there. Because I don't want this to obviously cover our lovely faces for too long. Although I don't know, maybe you guys prefer this particular view. Model 1 on the left, model 2 on the right.
Assassin's butts.
Yeah.
Look how toned they are.
Yeah, they're a bit too toned, I thought, actually, when we were painting them. I was like, how are you? This suit can't give you any protection. But then I realised it doesn't because it's all about their reflexes.
Yeah, it's true.
One final time, model 1 on the left, model 2 on the right. Orkster, Evening, got a bit delayed. Oh, Orkster, well, you're here for the vote between mine and Dom's models, which we don't know whose is whose. We declared a draw on your one, because you actually only had one other participant, and that was even almost not happened because apparently I'm an idiot who can't read messages that are sent to me like at the beginning of the month. So you and Azafel are sharing first place for the competition, which actually I think in the future, if there is only 2 entries, I think a draw is only fair sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Good point.
But yes, at the moment we have 2 models that myself and Dom have painted. Model 1 is voted for on the left, and model 2 is voted for on the right. But Tom, some of us do know which is which. Oh, you do you? Oh well. I don't know how you would know. I haven't told anyone. I don't think I have. I didn't post it in the chat in Discord somewhere, did I? If we did, I didn't. Can we vote for ourselves? By the way, I suppose we can, can't we?
I'm guessing we're both logged in on the same YouTube account. I've already tried, Tom.
You've already tried. You can't steal the vote. Anyway, I think that is. I think everyone's.
There.
Should we call it there?
5 minutes of voting. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so we're going to put them on thingy and end poll.
Oh, there we go. Model 2 has it.
That'll be me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, okay, but I'm hoping you guys were not. Either way, it was fairly even to a certain degree. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, well done. Clap, clap,
By the way, 12 votes
clap,
out of 15 viewers. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in that little thing. So, but yes, Model 2 was mine. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Although, I'm totally honest, when me and Dom showed our first iterations of it to each other, we're like, these are very similar.
Quite hard, the same model. So, the next category. So we're going to talk about transports, people. Now, once again, this doesn't have to be Games Workshop, and it doesn't have to be 40k.
It doesn't have to be a big transport either.
Doesn't be transport. Could be any transport, one person or a whole school bus.
However,
Either way,
if you do a skateboard, the skateboard has to be incredibly detailed or very big.
Yeah. So you've got to have the skateboarder, and then someone's got to go on the back, so it's transporting someone else. So that's the theme, guys. So all of you should have a transport somewhere. If not, you've got plenty of time to get a transport. So it can be anything from, you can go on eBay and you get yourself a transport nice and cheap. You could salvage one of your old painted ones. Ooh, you can go to your bits box and have that one that you've had there for, or you can go out and spoil yourself and get a transport. Either way, that's what you can do. Be awesome to see some of your creativity. As always on Discord, it's all through Discord, and we'll announce it in a month's time. So we have a monthly painting challenge channel in our Discord. Make sure you put any updates on there.
I can give an idea, by the way. So just to give an idea of when it would be. So basically, we tends to be bi-weekly. So next week will be no stream. Then there'll be hopefully a stream on the 14th. No stream. So it'll actually be. Do we do the 28th of Feb?
Yeah, do 28th.
So it'll be the 28th of February, everyone, when this is due in. But I will put up the full details in Discord. I've also just for reference, I've also just welcomed TJ Hutton and Mr. Spanks as members to the Discord channel. So welcome both of you. I've just made you full members, so you should be able to see the rest of all of the chat. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Dom, but please carry on.
So make sure you put it up on our Discord. It's not a competition, it's a challenge. So we encourage everyone to be supportive with each other's projects. Can always get a bit of constructive criticism is always welcome. But yeah, just go in there, friendly community, get on with it, and it helps clear your pile of grey shame and turn it into pretty painted models.
I'm actually typing up now.
Good luck.
Well, we'll say it's due on the 27th of Feb, which is the Monday. We typically do it one day before, just so we have time to potentially look at stuff if there's a lot of entries.
And also, if we remember, someone sent us a photo.
Now look.
I mean, you forgot 50% of our photos, Tom.
Just remember, when you enter our challenges, it makes us happy.
You want to see us happy? Of course you do. You want to see us really
so
happy.
I've got this down as next challenge due on the 27th of Feb. Transports is the theme.
Yes.
Is that it? Pretty much.
Remember, join the Discord channel. If you're not in Discord and you want an invitation, chuck something in the chat now, and we'll send you something. But there should be one up in there somewhere. Tom's put one up before.
Yes, I can actually, if you do want another one, I can very quickly grab another invite just in case some people didn't get it.
Yeah, but I really do encourage this because it's so great to have that opportunity to paint something you normally wouldn't.
So anyone who missed it, there is another invite to the Discord, and yeah.
Yay!
So yeah, but looking forward to seeing what you come up with, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I may even paint one myself and throw it in as a little. The Silent King is technically transporting 3 people. He's trying to get his current work in.
I'm sure you can find something else about to chuck in there. Plus, you've been working on it for about 7 months now, so
I am just going to nip to the toilet 1 second.
Okay.
Mic off.
So we'll just have to wait for him. Hopefully, he mutes his mic. So guys, what hobby are you working on? You all must be doing something. Felpire clearly is still trying to work on his Silent King. A night scythe Felpire is well worth doing. How many flyers do you have? Also, you as a fail, have you got any Necron flyers? Just asking for future Apocalypse games. Want to see a little Necron Air Force going? Because I know we've got lots of Imperial flyers between us. Like, for instance, I don't have Marines, but I've got 4 Valkyries and a Vendetta. 1 bill. I don't know.
Mic on.
Return.
Nice. Well, Mr. Blue, you can always do a snotling pump wagon. I'd class that as a transport, or a chariot. Chariot's a transport.
If you can justify it to us as a transport, it's always a eligible entry. We do love people trying to justify things as well. It's quite amusing to us sometimes.
Yes. Justified peasants. Also, guys, remember to give us a like. Bam. And if you haven't already, give us a subscribe. Surely you have.
Yeah, obviously, content's been a bit light recently. We've both had a lot going on, but we are working towards we're working towards a slightly different theme this year with regards to Black Templars, Word Bearers, Apocalypse game, lead up battles, some kill team, all this kind of stuff. We're just sort of trying to get some space to do it. It's been quite a busy start to the year for both of us, which I'm sure Don would agree with. So it's not our intention to leave you without content that you love.
Also, I'd like to kind of just go on a bit of a sideward step with that, because I think with Black Toad Studio, although we are YouTube, but we have got Instagram, we've got Facebook, blah 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 blah. But we're more than that. I think what we like as being Black Toad is we are a community.
Yes.
And this is also part of Discord, which is just nice that we've got familiar faces. We've got new faces coming into our family. And we, when we're doing events again, or we're going up to like Warhammer Fest, amazing to meet up with some of you people, because actually all of you, not some of you people, all of you come over and just say hello to us and hang out with us.
We should have our shirts on. My new shirts I'm buying.
And how can you ignore these faces?
And we're both 40 by that point as well. We will have both recently had our birthdays. We're both 40. We're going to feel slightly depressed probably from being 40.
But yeah, guys, Black Toad is more than just us. It's all of us. So just keep that in mind. It's all good stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. Right. I think at that positive note, I think we'll call it that for the night.
Sounds like a plan. And
remember, you all need to do some painting.
Yes, I want to see more than
what you're you're going to go off and do something else. Paint some models.
Specifically a transport.
Yeah.
But no, in all seriousness, thank you all so much for watching us. Join us tonight. We do typically try to go a bit longer, but I think we're both a bit. I think we're both a bit tired tonight. So yeah, we will obviously next time we've got a week's break. We might do something next Tuesday potentially, but it won't be a live. It won't be a sit and talk hobby. It'll be either a live stream game or maybe we'll just get together and record something else or whatever. We try to make sure at least every other week we're doing something for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I have been Tom, and this has been
Tom.
Yeah, we're both from Blacktoe Studio. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.